Okay, we are officially live with our first video episode of
Woo!
Gratcast. This should be working. If it's not, somehow let us know as soon as possible. We have a pop-out chat that's up and running, so if there's any problems, please let us know. Uh, that's
Gratcast is live. Wow.
are we ready to get underway, Will?
Why wouldn't we?
All right, this is episode 14 of Gratcast, and this should be the official first working one with audio, everything else.
Does that mean we've been doing it 14 weeks?
Uh, we've been doing it for more than 14 weeks because we had some skip episodes and some multiple episodes, but yeah,
Okay.
we've been at it for a while now.
Jeez. 14 weeks, that's like 3 months. It's a long time.
We switched platforms. We are on Ustream now. It wasn't Ustream's problems for the delay. It was the speed of the computer, trying to get everything set up. Uh,
Plus is really interactive now.
yeah. It's
Ustream is compared to everything else we've used.
once we get the features down, there'll be more each week, like everything else we do. There's a producer platform that we're trying to get up and use, where we can put videos into the show and
Links.
links. We can do the links right now. Actually, Will.
We can.
Yes, we can.
Wow. If the internet stays together long enough for us to well, no, I got shit on the head by a bird today, so we should have plenty of luck. Right?
Here's a test link, Will. We now should have up above us the Perfect House movie.net scrolling across the screen. That's how that rolls.
That's awesome.
We can do things like that now.
We're using the PS3 the PS3i.
Yes,
That's what's helping us out with this.
that's where we're getting our video and things from now. That's apparently it doesn't play nice with the Mac, so it took us all day to figure that out. It took me all day to figure it out. What were you doing all day, Will?
I was repairing Serenity.
You're in makeup all day for your camera time.
I put new brakes on the car and changed the oil, and I didn't have time to get cleaned up because I just got done.
Well, thank you for you can at least tuck that back in your pocket.
Oh, it's just my wallet.
But yes, we are on Ustream now. I'm much happier with Ustream. Hopefully, everyone else will be too as soon as we learn how to use Ustream correctly.
We're learning right now.
What else? What else we got going on?
Well, after the changeover, what's the week been like for you, Chris?
I've had an interesting week, Will. I mean, maybe not as interesting as yours on set and everything, but along with your brake issues, you have a flat tire that you're dealing with.
I don't know what you did to that tire. That tire is shredded.
Oh, dude. I was probably going a while before I really accepted the fact that it was a flat tire, because the car was still going, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's a flat tire, but it's still driving, so let me at least try to get to an off-ramp, because the 101 is not a place you want to be on the side of the road at night. I was on my way back from like Magic Mountain area from helping Felissa Rose with a sizzle reel. Sizzle reel is apparently the word of the week. We'll explain more of that later. But I was on my way home, a little bit of work, and it was dark, just ready to get back to the house. And about 5 miles from the house, it went out, and it.
That was what, 2 nights ago?
Yeah, I made it to the Oxnard off ramp, so I was a little safer than just right on the 101. And I started changing this tire. I don't know what the deal is with when the changeover happened, where instead of a nice heavy duty jack that's designed to hold, I don't know, a 5-ton vehicle, we now have these
5-ton vehicles pretty big. They're usually like 2 tons.
Okay, fine. Let's go a ton and a half.
There you go.
Now we have these little like Cracker Jack jacks that look like I should be using it to lift a lawnmower up with, maybe. And they're narrow, they're flimsy, it's cheap metal, and they've got
Scary, aren't they?
Yeah, and they've got a hand crank that looks like be like making a fucking monkey jump out of a box. So, and they all have the new thing where you have to put them precariously on this little latch about like this big on the right on the edge in the frame of the car. So you crank it up as precariously as can be. Then you have to jerk around the wheel, try and loosen it up, things like that that make it rock back and forth. Great fucking strategy for average person changing a tire. And I've had a few of these give out on me on my day, and if that gives out and you don't have anything to hold the car up, once that without the tire on hits the ground, fucking car's like a beached whale.
You're there until AAA shows up.
Yeah. So luckily I've fucked up before, so I kept the shredded tire and the rim close by in case the jack gave out, and I was cranking the tire in that, and it started to give out a little bit. I'm like, ah, shit, here we go. So I slid the tire in, and of course the jack popped and kind of bent to the side a little bit, and if the tire wasn't there, the jack was giving out, and the car's on the ground. So now the car's basically resting on the rim and this jacked up jack. The little Cracker Jack crank is now wedged between the car and the jack. And now, you gotta be kidding me. And I've got white shorts on during this entire process. So now I'm using the tire iron to try as a crowbar to try and pop the Cracker Jack crank off the little lip of the jack. And I'm pushing with the car, trying to rock the car and pop it at the same time. Finally, I got it to go. And this is all, mind you, this is all after I got as angry as can be at the car and the whole setup for why in the world does it have a tire iron that doesn't fit the lug nuts? It all was in a pretty package with the tire and everything, and it just didn't fit on the lug nuts. It wasn't even close. So I'm like, oh, all right, well, maybe there's caps on the lug nuts. So I'm trying to pop at the caps because I've had tires that have caps on it. No caps, no nothing. Finally, the hubcap's a whole nice, pretty ensemble, and once that came off, tire iron fit onto the lug nuts nicely.
Got to get to the real lug nuts before you can start taking them off.
And to make again the process as difficult as could be, your vehicle is to date the only vehicle I've ever seen where the lug nuts
are actual bolts.
Yeah, are the actual bolts that go in there. So you have to match them up with the hole on the other side of the tire, not put the tire.
You can't rest the tire on the studs
and make it nice and easy.
And put bolts on. No, you have to or put nuts on. You have to put bolts through the tire. Yeah, it makes it pretty tough.
That was a fun balancing. Yeah. Earlier in the week, before that happened, I worked with Pichotti for 2 days on the tour promo. If you guys haven't had a chance to check that out, it's a 5-minute video. It's a highlight reel from the tour, and it's on our Facebook page. It's on our website. It's all over the place. If you go to theperfecthousemovie.net, that little streaming video there up top. If you go there, right at the bottom of the page, you can see the promo video.
Yeah, you guys did a really nice job on that. It's really well put together.
That was all Pichotti, man. The 2 days, I whooped his ass. Get it done.
Yeah, but you guys had a mountain of footage to go through to even put together 5 minutes. I can't. That would have taken. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I knew if he went and did it on his own, he'd do a lot better than us sitting there working together. Because if we were sitting there working together, he was going to use me as a crutch.
Right.
So we got a nice base in, and then once he went home, he got balls deep in it on his own. He started doing all the cool montage stuff. Started just pulling some great stuff out of it.
Very cool.
Yeah. He bailed us out. Now we're going to be using that to pitch a reality show based on the tour and everything coming up this week. People can see you picking at your hair now, right?
Dude, I'm pulling like from laying in the driveway, that tree out there. Like there's a bunch of shit. There's bird shit in my hair. There's everything's in my hair.
Oh yeah, you got shit on a bird bite.
I walked to get car parts today, like a 1.5 mile walk, and I got just about as far away from the house as I could walking, and all of a sudden, plop, right in the back of my head, and I still had to go to the car parts store and buy car parts and walk all the way back. It's been one of those weeks.
Yeah, it really has.
The rooster died on me yesterday on the 405.
Yeah, we both broke down the same day.
No, I was the next day after you.
Oh, I thought. Oh yeah, it was the next day.
You were Friday night, and then I was yesterday early afternoon. All of a sudden, the gas pedal just fell to the floor, like just as I was coming off. So I
was it still giving gas?
Nope.
Oh, well,
I had to
that's
coast.
good.
I had to coast, and I got off, got parked, and opened up the hood and figured out what was wrong, and found some baling wire under the hood and tied the linkage of the carburetor and the gas pedal back together enough to drive home.
Oh god.
It still works.
That would have been enough for me to leave it on the side of the road. One of the good things that did happen this week, and I get to play with my toys here again and put some new text up on the screen, is I discovered 2 more fun websites to help us or help me annoy everybody.
Oh.
One allows me to annoy the entire world, and that is now on your screen. Monitor.com. It's a search tool for Twitter feeds. Like what I've been doing with it is putting in horror movies. So anyone anywhere in the world that Twitter's anything to do with a horror movie, like I see a lot of people putting in there,
like the words that you type in the search for, they pop up in their post.
If anywhere in their post they use any combination of horror and movie, I see their Twitter feed instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of people are like, oh, I'm driving down a dark, scary road. This feels like the beginning of a horror movie. Oh, boop, you're on my list. Or, hey, my friends, I want to watch a horror movie tonight. Anyone got any good suggestions? The Eye in the Sky does. He suggests you watch The Perfect House. So basically, I'm sitting there up in my perch, just monitoring for people that fit our search descriptions, and I'm hitting them with Twitter messages right away. I'm starting to personalize them for like, oh, looking for a horror movie? Here's one for you. Or you're getting ready to watch that horror movie? How about you start with a trailer? Every good movie night needs a trailer. Watch our horror trailer.
It's an awesome marketing tool.
We've gotten I've gotten a reviewist in England that wants. Yeah. We're sending him a screener. He's gonna do a review on his website for England. I've gotten a bunch of fans. This one girl basically tells me to go fuck myself. She's like, just die. She's like, I don't like spammers. And I'm like, I'm not really spamming. I'm like sending a personal touch with that. And she's like, just die already. And she had a little small tweet pic of herself, and it was a bikini shot. So then it looked from like the little tiny pic.
Thumbnail.
Yeah, from the thumbnail, like she could be attractive. So I'm like, oh, what a surprise. Another attractive female with a grumpy attitude. And she responds right away. She's like, you think I'm pretty? She's like, tell me more about your movie. So I clicked on the picture and it blew up, and it was actually a big girl. It was a big girl in a bikini. So,
in a bikini?
No, yeah, in a bikini.
Okay, give me some throw me some numbers. Like, what do you think she went? When you said big,
she wasn't grotesque obese, but she was above thick. So I'd say 175. Like her bikini definitely looked like it was cutting off circulation.
Oh.
So,
she didn't have cottage cheese thigh, did she?
But after I told her about the movie and everything, she's like, I love horror movies. I'm like, of course you do. That's why I sent you the message in the first place, because you were talking about horror movies. And she's like, oh, thanks for telling me about it. She's all excited about it. So now she watched the trailer. Now she added us on Facebook. Maybe she's watching right now. I hope she's not offended.
Well, the numbers have been going up, so it's working. Have you got Melissa working on it?
Not yet. I've contacted her about it right now. Me and a little bit of Andrea the last 3 days have been just blasting people with horror movie, and Friday the 13th was the day I found out about it, so everybody was saying horror movie left and right.
I got to play with it for a minute that day, but only for a minute. It was really cool.
The other thing I've been searching is Las Vegas, so people that are in Las Vegas and Foursquare. As somebody that's marketing something, Foursquare is awesome. Keep checking into places, people. Because every time somebody checked in Vegas, oh, you're in Vegas, right? I know you're in Vegas now, so you might as well know about the movie. So you just look for people that are checking in. I can't wait Thursday. I'm just going to sit there and look for people that check in anywhere near the Sci-Fi Center, and I'm going to send them messages all day.
I can't believe the Vegas show is coming up this week so fast.
Yeah. We'll we'll talk about
Today's
that.
the first of the week, and it's this week.
Um, yeah, but you got to use this feature, man. But like just in 3 days of using it, an hour here, an hour there, I've probably reached 300 or 400 horror fans, gotten at least another 100 views on the trailer, and got some more passionate fans. And every single day, that's gonna.
When Jeresamine gets her computer fixed, she would like to play with that a little bit. We need help. Anybody wants to help?
Yeah,
help
any
us
volunteers for that one?
Find people that like horror movies.
One of the things I want to do with it is, I think I was telling you about this the other day. I want to set up like a dummy Twitter account and put keyword searches for paranoid or paranoia or schizophrenic, and just find these people that are already twitchy and a little schizo about everything going on, and just start sending them random tweets, make them even more paranoid. How do you know me? You're just always relevant to something they're tweeting about.
Make sure you choose your target wisely and for maximum creep factor.
The other site that I found today that is now at the bottom of the screen is, let's get that other one off. See, we're still learning here. We have two of them on there. Is Basecamp. We've had some people in our circle of people that are obligated to be working on this film day in and day out that have been a little upset at the accountability or the time frame that certain things have gotten done. I will fully admit I'm one of those people, and it feels like at times like everything is left for one or two people to do, and it's not getting done because there's just so much of it. So this website Basecamp is like a business manager almost. It's this whole website you can go on.
It reminds me of like before I moved out here, I worked at Corning, and we had a computer system online where all the work was divided up, like steps of the process of the job we were doing. Like everybody had an assigned. Basecamp reminds me of it.
Oh, it's great. You can make to-do lists for any projects. You can upload media. So like we had Hans create a reality pitch package, and once he was done with it, he uploaded the file right to the site. So now whenever we need it, it's there. You can assign to-dos. You can assign them to anybody on your in your company. You can
comment all those comments.
Oh yeah, back and forth in the comments as like the whatever the item is getting progressed and things are being worked on. You can update with comments in it. It's got a message board so everybody can kind of stay on the same page, and it's really organized things and helps get things in an accomplishable mindset so everybody knows where they're picking at on this mountain.
When you made that list like 2 weeks ago, of like before you found Basecamp, you made that to-do list email. That finding Basecamp was a good way to sort that out, because that was a long list.
Yeah, I wasn't looking forward to categorizing and everything else with that.
So good job.
Oh, I probably should have realized, but we didn't. I wasn't. One of these links I didn't have up. I don't think it was the Basecamp link because it's on there now. Yes, there's the base. Nope, now we have the monitor link. All right, I don't know how to use these things. We're gonna keep learning. So,
unless somebody out there would like to volunteer to be our tech person.
now we're gonna need an in-studio producer now that we got gadgets and stuff to use. But yeah, Monitor, Monitter, and
it's spelled like Twitter.
Yep.
Monitor.
and a Basecamp HQ are two great sites that are new weapons in our arsenal.
Yeah, they're very cool. What's official SoCal Res? What's this?
Oh, that was my reference to breaking down on the 101. It took 4 years to break down on the 101, but I'm officially a Southern California resident now. Been stranded on the 101. I'm in the club. I was trying to figure out when I put either a Twitter or Facebook post up the other day if we're Los Angelans or Los Angelinos or
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
Well, maybe somebody will let us know.
Yeah. If you know if we're Los Angelans or Los Angelinos, please tell us.
Angelinos. That sounds about right. I think that sounds right. Oh man. So your week ended with car trouble. You're now official SoCal Res. What's a sizzle reel?
That's what I learned this week. Well, did you know what a sizzle reel was before this week?
I've never heard of it until you guys mentioned it.
Apparently, a sizzle reel.
Hans who found it? Was it Hans?
Hans always knows the Hollywood buzzwords.
Right.
So yeah, it was probably Hans that brought the initial bring up. But I guess it's basically just a demo reel of a show you want to pitch. Makes it sizzle and it sound exciting and things like that. So I never heard of it in my 4 years out here before that. And all of a sudden we were gonna make a promo video, and Hans is like, "Well, can that be like a sizzle reel too?" And I'm like, "Well, what's a sizzle reel?" And he explained that it's basically a promo reel. So I'm like, "Sure, it sounds like the same thing anyway." So there we were making a sizzle reel now for the meeting with the reality people.
Which is this week?
It's Monday or Tuesday, I believe. Somebody had some medical issues, so it got pushed to Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna have to find out myself. But the sizzle reel, basically, after that, I saw it everywhere. I go on Craigslist. I'm looking for different things going on. There's at least 5 different people talking about making sizzle reels, or they need someone to edit a sizzle reel. I'm like, yeah, be kidding me.
You just unlock the door to a brand new.
And then, sure as shit, Felissa calls me up and she's like, we gotta go shoot cowboys at the Cowboy Palace, and we're making a sizzle reel. Can you help me make a sizzle reel? I'm like, well, apparently, in the matter of a week, I've become an expert on the matter. So sure. So we went to this place called the Cowboy Palace that I guess a bunch of movies and stuff have been shot at, and it was definitely a cowboy haven.
It was Melissa just interview these people?
One of her friends, I guess, is one of the bartenders there, and they're pitching a reality show to the Country Music Network, and it was cool. It had a lot of Roadhouse vibe and feel to it, and that. But I just overwhelmingly, there's one thing missing that they need for this show to really work. They need that fresh off the bus, super hot Southern girl with the accent that applies for a waitress job. Goes around in the Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots, screwing everything up, and all the older bartenders and that kind of don't like her, but she's good for business. That's the drama they need. I'll watch to see Daisy Duke get herself into some shit every week.
Definitely.
But,
well, best of luck, Felissa.
Yeah, so we had the motley crew of me, Felissa, Darren, and Sean Kane, who's another horror director and edited The Perfect House, and the 4 of us ran around with the cameras and shot a sizzle reel at the Cowboy Palace.
Who's editing that one together?
Not me. Not me.
No. Well, okay. That's good that we know what a sizzle reel is now.
Yes.
So that's
your Hollywood learning. Lesson learned.
Have you put the link up for a sizzle reel yet?
No, I didn't put the link up for the sizzle reel because that was one of the things because when you put the link up, people can't. They can't like click on it when they see it on their screen. They have to retype it. So the links that I was keeping and popping up in that were based on ones that people could easily remember, like the Perfect House movie. Let me put that up, things like that. Because like any YouTube videos would be like youtube.watch/238Z19er, and it's not really user friendly.
Was that a 2 or Z?
Yeah. So I figured I'd save people the trouble. So no, we don't have the link to the tour promo.
It's all over the Perfect House Facebook page, though. You can easily find it on
I will be adding that back up to the screen.
Is it Facebook page?
Nope, theperfecthousemovie.net. Now rotating on the screen. Let's get one more in here, Will, for good measure. This one is our next tour stop. Next tour stop, May 19th in Las Vegas. We'll keep that on the bottom of the screen.
Oh, we're doing an interview for that tonight too.
Yes, we are. Is that
we're doing a Skype?
Is that next on our list there?
That's right. It's in here. I know. I read it.
Yeah, it's something in there. I'm just trying to make sure we're going in order.
Yeah. The tour update time. Going to start looking into venues and dates, which means We're gonna go up the coast. We're gonna go up the west coast, and then across the Midwest.
Right now, it's all kind of up in the air. That's what we're gonna start nailing down, is whether the tour is gonna start in June or in July and be full scale. Um, one of the things we have to figure out is where all the horror conventions are and where we're gonna be, and start seeing which dates kind of plan themselves and go out from there. But May 19th is the Las Vegas show. That one's gonna be an awesome time. Tonight after the Gratcast, I think around 9-10 o'clock Pacific time, we'll have an update on Facebook when we know more details. We'll be doing a live interview. You'll have the dual screen. We'll be doing a live interview with William Powell from the Sci-Fi Center about the upcoming show.
Yeah, he's watching the movie as we speak, I think.
Is he?
I think he is. I think he's.
That'll be interesting.
So if we don't hear from him at 9:30, we'll know why. Never mind. Show's canceled. You ready to do? Here's something we keep forgetting.
Oh, before we get to the Hollywood corner, one of the things that we are looking for with help on promotions is I came across this this girl's site yesterday. No, actually, I came across it Friday the 13th.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was doing the monitor thing on Twitter. It's another thing that came up from stalking people. This chick right here in Los Angeles does these videos, and she's got a huge following, like 10,000 subscribers.
She has a huge following.
Yeah, and her most recent video, the one that I discovered because she had horror movie in it, was how to survive a horror movie if you're a big boobed blonde. So naturally, I had to check it out, and it was like a to-do, like a little 5-minute things to keep in mind if you ever find yourself in the middle of a horror movie and
it was
you're
entertaining.
a attractive big boobed blonde. So it got me thinking, like, it was her fastest. She said it was her fastest rising video with a couple of her comments. Within 24 hours, she already had 3,500 views on it. I think last I checked today, it was well over 5,000. What if she did a review of The Perfect House? You got this big boob blonde that's already got a following, and that just talking about what she thought of The Perfect House, whether it's good or bad. People are going to pay attention, so they know about the movie.
Yeah.
So
we need to find some people like that around the world that
there's got to there's got to be more than just her that have these niche blogs and things. And if anyone knows these people have a couple thousand followers or things like that would be interested in doing a review or a confession of The Perfect House on their webcast, and we'll promote it with our fans, and they can promote it with their fans, and from there we can hopefully cross-pollinate and add another avenue of reaching people. So if you know a niche group blogger or anything, please.
Somebody does a video blog on YouTube. Somebody just does a traditional blog about horror or independent film or scary stuff.
Yeah, any. It doesn't have to even be horror movies. Just anyone that's got a little niche following on YouTube. Let's join forces and
help us help you.
So does that bring us to the Hollywood corner, Will?
You want to get on the Hollywood corner? We've been skipping it a lot. We've been skipping Hollywood corner a lot. So let's just go right to Hollywood corner.
We got back on track last week when you weren't here. Andrea sat in for you, and we got back on the Hollywood corner track.
Very good. I haven't done it in several weeks.
No, because before that we were on the road and that. So we're gradually working it back in.
Very cool. Very cool.
We didn't really talk much, but this past week you've been on a shoot that you were doing with Klinger and stuff, and it wrapped. When did it wrap? Thursday?
Yes.
You guys had your wrap party Friday.
Yep.
What was the wrap party like?
Oh, it was cool. It was at a place called Entourage or something like that on Vine, right by Hollywood Boulevard. It's a really, really nice bar, and we were all there, and it was open bar for 2 hours.
Nice.
So people
stock up.
People were sick. People didn't know what happened.
Put them down quick.
Like all the big shots on the set, all the big shots on the production end, like the producers, they were annihilated. The assistant AD was kicking glasses over and fucking singing, and then and we just gotten done. I think it was about a 3-4 week stint, and so after everybody got plastered and annihilated, there was like at least 3 or 4 people just they just fell asleep because they were so tired from being on the shoot for so long.
Down.
But people were just like, one of the guys came out from the bar like 5 minutes before they were shutting down the open bar with a tray and just mixed drinks. And he was Irish too.
Oh, of course. No stereotypes, just playing the odds.
He was a grip and electric guy and Irish, so he was all about the party. Yeah, I got that from my good friend Sheila Ryan. She's always doing location scouting.
Mm.
So she's usually a location manager, and she gets me into some jobs here and there. So thanks, Sheila.
That's actually not my question though, but that was the preface for my question.
Setting it up.
Yes. Now every production is different. Things happen on one that don't happen on another. Lessons are learned on each one. Everything's its own unique set of circumstances. So with the extended amount of time you've been on this one, what would you say is one of the things that you've learned or picked up from this experience?
I don't know that I really. I learned a couple little things, but overall, all it did was like reaffirm the fact that there's so many movies being made in this town, and how are they getting money? Because I know this movie had funding, and it was just like the little bits of the script that I read, I didn't see where it was worth making.
Just it seems like there's too many things getting made, and the talent to make it's watered down.
Yeah, and I don't understand who thought it was a good idea, who thought it should be funded, who. The director looked like Brett Favre. I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah. You got any pictures? I gotta see.
I wanted to get a picture of him, and he was
an elusive creature.
Yeah. Plus, I was PA guy, so I was like.
Why you pointing your camera at the director?
Yeah. I was Mr. Nobody on set. So, but all it did was just reaffirm the fact that I don't understand how movies get made in this town, other than the way that we're going about it. I don't understand how.
Like how something like that got made when like decent stuff struggles so hard to get recognized.
Yeah, and then they didn't even really. I mean, I didn't think that they cared. They just didn't. Like
it was a job. I was brought in to do this. So.
Yeah. Nobody even really cared. It was like a paycheck, and
That's my fear on not to harp on like I have in previous episodes, the whole studio and corporate America mantra, but it just becomes an assembly line.
Yeah.
And okay, this is this week's production. I'll be on to the next one, and the director's not really going to be there through the whole posting and that, because I was just brought on to be the director. You fucking put it together how the hell you want. I could care less. I didn't even write the story, so I'm going to be on to an infomercial next week.
Yeah, just the next job for most people.
I would like finding a director job on Craigslist or something like that. I don't want to ever be that point where it's basically like a 9-to-5 office job. I'm just going there. I got to go there and watch what they're doing with the camera, make sure it's all right and that. Like, if you're not telling your own story or a story you care about, what are you doing it for?
And the other thing about these cheap B movies, I mean, I don't see it being much better than a cheap B movie. I hope I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. I hope they have success with it. But from what I saw of it, it just looked like a cheap. Those sets are a breeding ground for drama. Like all those people we were just talking about that are just there for another paycheck.
Yeah.
That all backstabbing, talking shit all the time, and just like
it's like being in an office.
People getting fired. Klinger quit. Klinger walked off because the DP was like hijacking the situation.
Again, how I just want to know the funding process.
Yeah, how do you? I don't know.
Like, did somebody just know some rich idiot that was like, yeah, sure, here you go, you have fun with it,
I asked a
or
couple people and nobody seemed to have a clear answer.
did somebody know somebody? Did it come from like? Yeah, those are the things that I want to know.
They like lose a tooth and put it under their pillow at night, and the next day they had funding for a movie. I don't know. They definitely were unloading a lot of money on this movie,
And again, even like everyone's like, well, it's a risk putting in first-time filmmakers, this, that, and the other thing. Nobody wants to do that. Okay, well, now we proved we can do that. The money's done. Now we got a quality product that. Now we're not even looking for you to take a gamble. Here it is. You know it's going to sell itself. So now we need funding for marketing it. And I don't know where to go to or who we're supposed to do for that. But another shitty movie with nobody that knows nothing or has no soul attached to it will somehow get gambling money up front. Like I literally look at like what we have right now with a finished product to show somebody as the best deal going in Hollywood. It'll take a little bit of money and it can make who knows how much money.
Well, the problem is that the plan is not conventional. I mean, we're not doing it the way that we're supposed to be doing it ourselves. So everybody, I think, is just scared of it. I think it scares people. Not the movie. I mean, the movie's scary. Just the way we're going about doing it. I mean, you remember when you first brought up the concept of the tour a couple months ago? Everybody was in a panic.
Oh, jeez. Well, they had gas fuel in that fire.
But it's just every time something not conventional happens, I think most Hollywood people just say, "Good luck with that." But you got to do it the way like this set. If and they say the same thing. I mean, this was a feature, full-fledged feature, and I've worked on tons of student films. And everybody, right up to this feature, they're all saying the same thing. Yeah, we think we're going to go the festival route with it. We don't know what we're going to do with it. We're probably going to just send it to Cannes, and we'll probably do it. It'll probably have a real good chance. Everybody says this. From their little student film all the way to these cheap beat features.
That's the hardest part about telling people, like, oh, it's good. Of course you're going to say it's a good movie or it's good in the sky. It's your movie. Everybody's going to say that. Yeah.
And there were so many people on that set with no confidence in it too. So many people.
Like we know what we're making is not going to be any good, but whatever.
I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid right now.
And the problem is, for whoever the idiot is that put the money up and the people put it together, that's why it's not going to be any good. Because the people making it don't give a rat's ass.
Yes. Yeah.
Like if you want to just invest in the machine and we'll piece this guy together, that guy together, and we'll get another couple of people off Craigslist, we'll put together a movie crew and we'll bang out another $1 million movie. Yeah, go ahead. It's gonna suck because there's no soul in it. If you find somebody that actually cares about their story and wants to put it together and has people that want to be a part of something and it doesn't matter if the story's weak or there's gonna be more emotion and passion that comes through that automatically. Just from people giving a damn.
You need a good leader for that, and the leader has to probably own the project or have a close tie to it in order to rally the troops and have everybody believe. But this Brett Favre guy wasn't that guy. Just wasn't that guy.
I think the best projects to be involved with, if I could take my pick of anything and say anything, are ones where the writer and the director are the same person. Because there's a reason that they wrote it, there's a reason they want to direct it, and they know what they want, and they care that that is met.
Yep. But on the other hand, we got to shoot at the abandoned Loma Vista Hospital for a couple days, which was really cool. I had a bunch of footage from that right before my camera died.
It was on the camera? Is that like a psych ward or something?
It used to be. That was a hospital. I'm not sure how long it's been closed, but the place is really awesome. It's got sub basements and several floors, and it's all abandoned, and a bunch of equipment still in there.
We don't even have any pictures we can embed into our little videos now?
I probably know some people with some pictures, but I don't have any pictures. This makes me mad.
So, for the other half of the Hollywood corner here.
Okay, So okay, you just mentioned writing and directing, which you did for the Perfect House, which you've done for the couple of every project you've done, which is what collectors, first timers,
Yeah.
Perfect House, you and Randy,
Predators.
Predators. So pretty much everything you've worked on, you've worked on.
Yeah.
Like you wrote it, you directed it, you saw it through. Now after the tour, and knowing that usually a lot of money is put up for the sort of stuff we were out trying to do. Do you still want to write and direct?
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's the whole reason I went on the believe in the tour and why I'm trying to get stock people on Monitor and everything else like that. I mean, I like the movie and all of that, but I mean, if there wasn't more to it, I could just sit back, find a job, do something else, and let it sell itself. But because I want to do more than just write or just have this movie or that, I want to write and direct for a long period of time. I think now's the best time to put the work into building a fan base that's there from the beginning, and grows as much as my work and my experience does. So that's the whole motivation behind everything is to.
So even with places like Rutgers, where we had that terrible night at Rutgers University, even things like that don't make you just want to throw in the towel and fucking give up.
No, it just pisses me off. Like I'd rather people said your shit sucks than completely
Blow you off.
just ignore it. Like I don't know. Freaking so many people want to act like they're cool and they know the new hip thing, but those same people don't want to take a chance.
They don't want to try it.
Yeah, no, they don't want to take a chance and see something or take it or open themselves up to something that they haven't heard about from somebody else.
Exactly. Which means they aren't as cool as they'd like to portray themselves as.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hypocritical.
I want to be the first person to say that this is awesome, but I don't want to do the work of looking.
What you really want to be is the fourth or fifth person. Oh, I heard from 2 or 3 people and they said this was cool, so I saw it. Now it is cool, and I'm telling you, and the rest of you idiots don't know about it.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't want to be 1, 2, or 3.
I gotcha.
But I mean, that's why the freeway hopefully is the long term way. Like, sure, you can see this for free, and hopefully you understand like why you can see it for free. So you could take a chance on it and see, oh, these guys are good. They did do something good. Let's see what else they're gonna do, and follow along for a career, not just this one horror movie, and then we disappear into the convention signing autographs over one movie that we made for the rest of our lives.
Like Peter Mayhew. That guy kicked me.
Dude.
And growled like Chewbacca right as he did it.
Well, at least if you're gonna get kicked by him, at least you'd want him to growl at you with Chewbacca growl.
It was the freakiest thing that ever had happened to me.
Yeah,
this big cripple guy with long gray hair kicked me and growled like Chewbacca. Oh my god, it was Chewbacca.
We got into this before, but I don't know if we did in an actual episode or not. But what the fuck with these people that are lifetime famous because they were in a horror movie and wore a mask the entire time and had no freaking dialogue?
Every horror convention has at least 2 people.
I don't care if you were freaking Brad Pitt or the tard down the street. If you're Michael Myers, you look the exact same. You're a big goon walking down the street with a hockey mask or a scary mask over your face. I don't need your autograph because the same goon down the street could sign it and he could have been it too.
Yeah.
But at these conventions and that, they're worshipped like gods.
People love. I mean, and that's why it's a good thing that we're doing this, is because once you get those fans, they love you.
Who is Digger's Boy? I didn't know who he was before, but I've seen his name on a couple of the horror sites and that all the time. And that the dude he kept name dropping that was a mask wearing bad guy in one of the big franchises.
I remember this, but I don't remember what the name. Shoot.
Kane Hodler?
That doesn't.
Hodler? Yeah, I think it's something like Kane Hodler or something.
Who was he?
He was one of the Jasons, Michael Myers, the guys. He wore a mask. Nobody saw him, but I need his autograph. Good for you. And the best is when you hear about these type of people getting pissy that well, if I'm going to be in something, I want people to see my face. Well, then you should have done that a long time ago. Don't be pissed off because people know you as the idiot behind the mask now. I mean, that's the only if that's the only thing you were going to do, then don't be pissed off when that's the only reason people know you.
David Prowse is the same way, the guy that wore the Darth Vader armor in the original movies. His name is David Prowse. You wouldn't know him, see him, but he goes to all these conventions all the time. Peter Mayhew in the Chewbacca costume. Don't know what he looked like, but you see him at conventions all the time. Yeah. Yeah. They're perennial. I mean, that's how they make their bread, dude. That's how
the
they
sad
live. They
part.
sell their autograph.
No, heaven forbid you go and audition for another role. If you're such a great actor that you deserve to be living off that role forever, then you should be able to get another one.
Yeah.
Or they live off of sucking off of bottom level independent films that desperately need some sort of name attachment, so they pay through the teeth to have you showing up for a couple days and all of a sudden act like you're an A-lister.
It's good for everybody. It's good for everyone involved.
Where do you stand on the masked people as a fanboy?
The masked people?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had. I don't think I've ever like wanted to. I feel the same way as you do about it. I mean, I understand that they're famous and that's cool, but I never really cared. I mean, Peter Mayhew kicked me, and I wasn't too happy about it. So if that tells you anything, all I was doing was trying to fix our sign, which fell off our table, and I was out front, crouched down. He comes winging by with his cane and his fucking bum leg and swinging out around. Wham! And he keeps right on trucking. Not an I'm sorry, not an excuse me, nothing.
It's okay. I used to be Chewy.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ, dude. I've never had any kind of draw to those guys. But it's cool. It's cool. It's very cool.
Well, I think that's about it for this episode of Gratcast.
I need to wash my elbows.
Yeah, somebody needs a shower desperately. It's not the guy in the 10-day in a row Penn State hoodie. So this ends our first visual episode of Gratcast that hopefully had audio and video. There's still some tweaks and things that will be ironed out for next week. But
is it working, Biff? Let me know.
Yeah, somebody tell us.
Thanks, everybody.